Hello my fellow gamer, it's Griffin here and welcome back to another POE 2 video. Today we'll have a look at direct comparison between Amazon and Deadeye Ascendancies to see which one would be more suitable for the Lightning Spear build. Let's talk about it. Let's dive in. For a good visual distinction, I've selected the Pandemonium armor set and Wormlord wings for the Amazon class, while the Deadeye wears the normal gear without any MTX. No, it doesn't mean I prefer the Amazon class more, it's purely for visual distinction. To eliminate a lot of variables and to narrow it down as much as possible, both characters are at level 91, wear almost the same gear, about that in just a bit, almost the same gem setup, have the same passive skill tree and jewels. The only major difference will be their respective ascendancies. Gear. In both cases we're using the Tangle-Tongue Spear, an absolutely amazing weapon with an insane base crit hit chance. We've invested significantly into crit chance and crit damage bonus, and now every hit has a 100% chance to crit, and our character has more than 450% critical damage bonus. This is very important because the description of the Tangle-Tongue Spear states, forks critical hits. This is amazing because hits with this weapon roll against their critical hit chance twice when determining if they are a critical hit. In other words, each hit before it's applied is rolled twice to determine if will be a crit or not. If one of these two rolls would succeed to be a crit, then the crit damage bonus is applied as per normal. However, if both rolls would succeed in being critical hits, then for that hit the crit damage bonus is applied twice. Well, for both ascendancies while using Lightning Spear, every hit is a critical hit, therefore more than 900% critical damage bonus is applied with every hit for a gigantic amount of damage. This is the main reason we see this massive destruction on screen while entire groups of monsters get deleted with one click. We are using Hand of Wisdom and Action Gloves that give flat lightning damage per 20 intelligence and 1% attack speed per 20 dex. We are also using Call of the Brotherhood ring that converts all lightning damage into cold damage, and this is how we get all these insane icy explosions screen wide. We are also using Herald of Ash that ignites based on the overkill damage, and Herald of Ice that causes icy explosions if we shatter an enemy with a non-herald attack hit. The other ring is an unset ring that, besides good cold damage and resistances, will allow us to use an additional skill. For the Deadeye Ascendancy, we are using the Black Insignia helmet that will allow our character to gain tailwind on critical hit, while the Amazon Ascendancy is using the Deepest Tower item. Regarding gear, this is the only difference. I have tested Amazon with the Black Insignia helmet and Spear Throw instead of Spear Stab, but seems more consistent with the melee attack of Spear Stab while using Execute Support Gem and the Deepest Tower helmet. In the offhand, we're using an Omen Scepter that provides the Malice skill and a minimum 170 spirit to be able to support all the spirit gems that will go over in the gems section. The body armor has a ton of evasion, good amount of life and resistances that alongside the rest of the gear will allow our character to be elemental resistance capped and above 80% chance to evade. Preferably chaos resistance would be at least 50%. This is the gear so far. Gems. For both ascendancies we are using Lightning Spear with Cold Infusion, Ice Bite, Primal Armament, Inevitable Critical, and Vault. In my previous Amazon Lightning Spear build, we were using Ambrosia Skill and Mana Bounty instead of Inevitable Critical and Ice Bite. Inevitable Critical raises critical hit chance to 100%, therefore in this case we are using it alongside Ice Bite for more consistent damage. Frost Bomb creates cold exposure and when using combination with Hypothermia can reduce monsters' cold resistance way below 0. It's very effective at freezing enemies as well. Frost Bomb with Glaciation, Strip Away, Spell Echo, and Ingenuity. Hypothermia with Heightened Curse, Focused Curse, Cursed Ground, and Persistence. For defense we are using Ghost Dance with Fast Forward, and Wind Dancer with Maim. Herald of Ash with Deadly Herald and Magnified Effect. Herald of Ice with Ambush, Elemental Focus, Biting Frost, and Immolate. Cast on crit with Sniper's Mark, Overabundance, Impetus, and Energy Retention. Combat Frenzy with Profusion and Precision. For Amazon, we're using Spear Stab with Blind, Pursuit, Cold Exposure, Heft, and Execute. Infused Weapon with Deep Freeze, Frost Nexus, Culling Strike, Cold Penetration, and Cold Mastery. Please note that infused weapon effects apply to both Lightning Spear and Storm Lance. Storm Lance is a boss destroyer and we're using it with Overextend, Perpetual Charge, Blindside, Retreat, and Martial Tempo. The reason we're using Storm Lance and not Wind Serpent's Fury in this case is that Wind Serpent's Fury works well when our character has maximum frenzy charges for maximum damage. Storm Lance is effective even without frenzy charges, especially in combination with Spear Stab, Frost Bomb, and Hypothermia. Having frenzy charges for Storm Lance against bosses is a very nice bonus. For the Deadeye Ascendancy, we are using Spear Throw with Blind, Cold Exposure, Heft, Long Shot, and Culling Strike. As previously mentioned, Wind Serpent's Fury skill is also a boss destroyer if we have 7 frenzy charges available for maximum damage. We are using Overextend, Perpetual Charge, Blindside, Concentrated Effect, and Martial Tempo. Passive skill tree. For both Amazon and Deadeye, we are using the same passive skill tree that looks like this. Feel free to access the Mobalytics link in the video description for the passive skill tree, gems, and gear for a level 91, the endgame version for both characters. Ascendancies. Amazon. We choose Predatory Instinct for a massive boost in damage against enemies with an open weakness. In for the kill for movement speed and skill speed boost while an enemy with an open weakness is in our character's presence. Elemental Infusion provides infused weapon skill for a considerable elemental damage increase. We are also using Critical Strike that provides chance to hit with attacks to exceed 100% and to gain additional crit hit chance equal to 25% of the excess chance to hit with attacks. But why do we even consider this if we crit 100% of the time? I'm happy you asked. We crit 100% of the time with the Lightning Spear while we're using Inevitable Critical Support Gem. For all the other skills, we are very close to 100% but not quite, so using Critical Strike Major Ascendancy node has a positive impact on the overall build. Deadeye. We choose Avidity for a very fast and consistent frenzy charge generation. The amazing Major Ascendancy node, Thrilling Chase, doubles our character's damage. Because we're getting Tailwind provided by the Black Insignia helmet, we'll choose Far Shot for a boost in damage while fighting from a distance, and Endless Munitions for an extra projectile. Gameplay analysis. I've tested both Ascendancies in various scenarios, fully juiced T15 and T16 maps also corrupted, and while mapping I cannot tell a difference between the two Ascendancies in terms of damage and efficiency. With Lightning Spear, both Ascendancies clear entire groups of monsters even off screen with one click with ease and feels amazing to play. While facing tough bosses, things change quite a bit. The Amazon relies on Spear Stab's melee attack to blind the boss and in doing so, boosts Storm Lance's damage significantly because we're using Blindside Support Gem. Besides that, the Major Ascendancy node's Predatory Instinct, In for the Kill, and Critical Strike provides speed, damage, and crit that makes Storm Lance in conjunction with Spear Stab, Frost Bomb, and Hypothermia an excellent combo that would shred bosses' HP in seconds. Deadeye, on the other hand, can generate and recover frenzy charges fast and can do that while fighting from a distance due to the Avidity Major Ascendancy node and the Frenetic node on the passive skill tree. While Amazon relies on speed, crit, and very good damage with very fast hits, Deadeye has a nuke in the Thrilling Chase node that doubles its damage because skills that consumes frenzy charges behave as if consuming twice as many frenzy charges. Therefore, would be best suitable to use Wind Serpent's Fury to its full potential if we have maximum frenzy charges available. Obviously, Deadeye can also use Frost Bomb, Hypothermia and Storm Lance against bosses, but Wind Serpent's Fury's damage, power and efficiency while we have maximum frenzy charges is undeniable. It is very hard to tell them apart though, because by the time Deadeye makes usage of Wind Serpent's Fury and recover frenzy charges for another big burst of damage, the Amazon caught up with very powerful, consistent and very fast damaging hits almost within the same window of time. I've done a lot of testing against different bosses in various juiced T16 maps, and it is hard to declare a winner because both Ascendancies are extremely good and very impressive. I can say with certainty there is no wrong choice here. During mapping it's almost impossible to tell them apart while using Lightning Spear skill, which in my opinion is the best skill for mapping so far. Against bosses they achieve similar results with power and efficiency, although they're using different skills in doing so. If we take a step back and we have a panoramic perspective, I think the right question is not which Ascendancy is better. They are both absolutely amazing, but which Ascendancy would you like to continue playing after playing this build? If you're planning to try builds that require fast generation and recovery of frenzy charges to reach maximum damage, then Deadeye is more efficient in that regard. If you'd like to try builds that are relying on speed, accuracy, elemental damage and crit for big burst of damage even at melee range, then the Amazon would be more suitable for that. I think it's fair to call it a tie and to say with confidence after rigorous testing that both Ascendancies represent amazing choices, and if you already leveled up one or the other, you made a great choice. And this concludes our look at the Amazon vs Deadeye direct comparison both at level 91 to see which one will be more suitable for the Lightning Spear build. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have any questions, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to get notifications about new content uploaded on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. All the best. Bye.